Naomi Campbell is one of the most famous supermodels in the world, but her reputation is far from squeaky clean. From lavish lifestyles to high-profile controversies, the beauty industry's darling has found herself linked to some pretty dark stories. Today, we're diving deep into the shocking revelations that came to light during a federal investigation into Naomi Campbell's private affairs. Turns out, she's been entangled in a web of criminal activities, and some of the secrets that have surfaced are downright chilling. Naomi Campbell's involvement with Diddy and Epstein has raised eyebrows for years. But it's not just her glamorous career and high society connections that are in question. It's the dark underworld she allegedly helped run. Recent investigations have uncovered shocking allegations that Naomi, the so-called supermodel goddess, may have played a sinister role as a madam for Diddy's criminal operations. Yes, you heard that right. Naomi Campbell, the same woman who has graced the covers of magazines and strutted down countless runways, allegedly masterminded a trafficking ring, tricking young models into the horrors of exploitation. But how did the FBI stumble upon this web of crime? It all started with a simple investigation into Naomi's charity organization. As it turns out, Campbell was allegedly involved in embezzling millions of dollars from the charity she promoted as a philanthropic savior. Instead of helping the underprivileged, she used the funds to fund her extravagant lifestyle, luxury vacations, private jets, and a taste of the high life that would make even the Kardashians blush. But that's just the surface. What the FBI unearthed was far more sinister. While the investigation focused on the misuse of charity funds, they inadvertently stumbled upon evidence of Naomi's deeper connections to Diddy's operations. They discovered documents and testimonies implicating her in a dark and twisted role. Naomi, it seems, wasn't just a celebrity in the orbit of the infamous mogul. She was allegedly a key player in recruiting young girls and boys under the guise of modeling contracts. These innocent people were promised fame and fortune, only to be manipulated into participating in Diddy's criminal enterprise. What they signed were not contracts for a career in modeling, but instead non-disclosure agreements, binding them into a nightmare of abuse. This revelation is not as far-fetched as it may sound. Naomi's life has been riddled with accusations of disturbing behavior. In fact, it wasn't too long ago that she found herself in another scandalous mess involving Diddy. The two were allegedly involved in a terrifying incident during one of Diddy's infamous parties. Word on the street is that Diddy spiked Snoop Dogg's drink and tried to drag him into a room where Naomi was allegedly complicit in the whole mess. Thankfully, Snoop's wife, Shantae, caught wind of what was going on and rushed in to save her husband. It was a scene straight out of a crime thriller, with Naomi allegedly standing in the background as the madness unfolded. This isn't the first time Naomi's connections have raised eyebrows. Between 1998 and 2009, she was convicted of multiple assaults on her employees, allegedly attacking them in fits of rage. In one incident, she was accused of choking her assistant, Georgina, and hitting her over the head with a phone. This pattern of violent behavior, especially when coupled with her alleged involvement in Diddy's trafficking ring, paints a disturbing picture of Naomi's personality and character. The scandal doesn't stop there. Naomi's ties to infamous figures extend beyond just Diddy. In 2010, she was dragged into a courtroom for her connection to former Liberian President Charles Taylor, who had given her blood diamonds during a stay at Nelson Mandela's house. Taylor, as you may know, was linked to some of the most horrific human rights abuses in history, including arming rebels during the Sierra Leone Civil War. Naomi's testimony in court was shaky at best, as she denied knowing the diamonds were from a criminal source. However, witnesses and former associates claim Naomi was more than willing to accept the gift, showing off her new treasures with a grin on her face. But even darker secrets surfaced when Naomi's name was tied to Jeffrey Epstein's infamous island. The FBI uncovered that she had made at least 5 trips on Epstein's private jet, the Lolita Express, in the early 2000s. This was the same jet that transported some of the most notorious individuals in the world to Epstein's island of depravity. Naomi had been seen at multiple events with Epstein, including Victoria's Secret shows, where she and the convicted sex trafficker were often seen leaving together. When confronted about her relationship with Epstein, Naomi claimed she had no idea about his criminal activities, but evidence suggests otherwise. She met Epstein through her ex-boyfriend Flavio on her 31st birthday. Despite her public denials, the FBI and other investigators have connected the dots, revealing that Naomi may have been more involved with Epstein than she was willing to admit. In fact, many close to her claim she was aware of Epstein's operations, and while she may not have been directly involved in trafficking, her associations with him have raised suspicions about her role in the larger network of exploitation. So, what does this all mean for Naomi Campbell? Her reputation, once synonymous with grace and elegance, now faces serious questions. With her alleged involvement in both Diddy's shady dealings and Epstein's twisted world, it's clear that Naomi's career and personal life may have been built on far darker foundations than anyone realized. As the investigation continues, we can only wonder what else will come to light. Naomi Campbell may have built an empire of fame and fortune, but behind the glamorous facade, her ties to some of the most dangerous men in the world have put her in the spotlight for all the wrong reasons. The FBI's findings are just the beginning, and there's no telling where this web of intrigue will lead. What do you think of Naomi Campbell's alleged involvement in these disturbing crimes? Do you think she was just another pawn in the game? Or is there more to her story than meets the eye? Let us know in the comments below. We want to hear your thoughts. And, of course, don't forget to subscribe for more juicy gossip, shocking revelations, and the latest updates. You won't want to miss what's coming next. Stay tuned, because this story is far from over.